So we come to the action part of today's sermon. What can we do in order to support our pollinators? Most urgently, don't use pesticides on our own lawns and gardens. Either stop using them if we are, or continue not using them if we're not, and encouraging others we know to stop using pesticides. Talk about why that matters, about how important it is for our health, the health of the biodiversity that we want to nourish, the health of our crops and our future food sources. We can increase the consumption of pesticide-free fruits and vegetables ourselves as a way of supporting farming practices that are better for the earth overall. In our own gardens or balconies, flower pots, we can increase the number of pollinator plants that we have. We do this particularly by focusing on having native plants that are local to the area and so can support the native bees and other native insects that should be here. We can also increase the number of native plants and flowers that we have by decreasing the size of our lawns if we do have a lawn. We don't have to get rid of the lawn entirely, but we can make it just a little smaller next summer. And if you're already doing all those things on the list, or if you'd like to do more, you could build or buy a bee hotel. These are created for solitary bee species, like the native bee species that we have in North America, that give a place for them to shelter, to find home. One of the problems for ground-dwelling insects is sometimes it's hard to find safe, bare ground. What else can we do to celebrate honey, since that's our theme? You can switch some of your sugar consumption to honey consumption, whether it's in your tea or in your baking, whether your own or that you purchase. And if you would like to just celebrate honey a little bit more, I think it would be really fun to have a honey tasting session. Buy some different honeys. Sit down, taste them. How are they different? What's special about them? There's actually a company that does neighborhood honeys in Toronto. You could taste what the different neighborhoods taste like. So plants are different in different parts of the city. Or you could do this as an event with others in a backyard or a park. Try out different honeys together. You could consider making local honey a gift that you share this Christmas or for other celebrations rather than something that's produced and less good for the earth. And finally, you can come to our In the Wild gathering next week as we talk a little bit more about wildflowers and share some seeds. All of these practical things aren't separate from our life of faith. They're at the heart. And over the next few weeks, we'll hear again and again how honey is woven through Scripture as a way of talking about God's goodness and the goodness of the earth. Our pollinators matter as part of the richness, the diversity of creation that we are called to care for as an act of faith. So let's celebrate it and support it together.